everybody, it's me, Jessica, Health Fitness Program Manager from Miter McLean, and I am going to guide you through your amazing 45-minute mind-body connection, focusing today on breath and ways to connect our breath to our body to help relax and relieve our minds of any stress or anxiety that we might be feeling before we head into the weekend. We're going to start at 11:15, so you've got just about 4 minutes. Feel free to bring anything that makes you happy. We're going to start in Sukhasana, easy posture. So I'll see you guys on your mats. coming today. Gonna get started down here on the floor. Feel free to sit on any sort of pillow or cushion or whatnot that you find that brings you relaxation. Uncle Buck, hello, I love you, go away. All right, starting off right now in easy pose. So just come into the easy pose that feels comfortable for you. Start grounding your sit bones down towards the mat. Start to come into your breath, into your focus for today's practice. Just taking a moment to clear your mental desk as much as possible and really start to slow your breath down. You can close your eyes here. Just start to really appreciate your breath. As we start off in our breath today, we're actually going to encourage a little bit of elevation in our shoulders. So as you breathe in, I want you to draw those shoulders all the way up. Find a little length through the crown of your head. Belly tight, and as you exhale, allow your elbows to hang heavy down towards the floor. Each breath, inhale. Shoulders draw up, stomach draws in, sit bones grounded. Exhale. Relaxing and releasing. Maybe even starting to open your chest, squeezing those shoulder blades together on those exhale. Just a little extra lift of your sternum. 2 more. On this next exhale, just go ahead, relax and release your shoulders down away from your ears. Pull that belly in tight. Once more, notice if you're really leaning forward or leaning back, and find the most length that you can with the crown of your head, the straightest spine that you can come into today. Take a deep inhale, and on your exhale, gently relax your right ear to your right shoulder. We're going to lift it back up on your inhale, back to center. And exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Keep moving with that breath. Inhale to center. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Inhale to center. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. A couple more times each side. Still working to find that space as you can today of your shoulders away from your ears, so allowing those elbows to hang heavy towards the floor. And if it feels good, drawing them back, that engagement of your chest and your back starting right now. Last one to each side, nice and slow. When you finish your last exhale to the left, take your time, come back to center, back to our stillness right here in our easy pose. We're going to do a little alternate nostril breathing for today. I know we've practiced some alternate nostril breathing before. All right, I'm just going to take my glasses off so I have complete access to my nose. So for our alternate nostril breathing, you might want to flutter your eyes open if you want to see what's happening. We're going to work to inhale in through one side of the nose while closing off the opposite side on our inhale. We're going to close off that side we inhaled in through and exhale through the opposite side. This is something really awesome for you to try out throughout the day. They say that the energy in our body changes about every 5 to 7 hours. So you might notice in the morning, if you do some alternate nostril breathing, that one side feels a little bit more stuffed than the other. But as you open your mind and come into your breath, you might notice that the other side opens, or just how things change for the day. All right, so we're going to use our thumb and your pointer finger, so kind of like a mudra like we did. Was that last week? It's so hard to keep track. But you want to make sure when you apply pressure to your nose that you're not going to squeeze down here at the base of your nostrils. Squeezing at the base of your nostrils will increase mucus production, so we're going to work to close off our nose from a little bit higher on the bridge. So you can take your pointer and your middle fingers and just simply relax them on your forehead and allow your thumb and your ring finger to gently rest along the bridge of your nose. Come back into this length, this grounding of your sit bones to the floor. Your other hand can hang out wherever you want. Let's start by closing the right side of our nostril and inhaling in through the left. Enjoy a big full deep inhale, lungs full, close off the left side, open the right, and exhale. Keep it open on the right as you inhale. Close the right, exhale on the left. Inhale in through the left. Close it, lungs full, chest lifted. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. Keep going here at your own time in your breath. How long, slow, and deep can you make each inhale and exhale? Work to make each longer than the last. Let's do 5 more breaths right here. Last one. Then after your exhale, simply relax, release your hands back down towards your thighs. Once again, draw those elbows behind you. Take a moment right here in your stillness, back to your normal breath through both nostrils at the same time. Really work to find that yoga breathing if you can today. Mouth closed, inhaling and exhaling out through your nose. Great. Let's go ahead and make our way onto our hands and knees, coming into tabletop next. We got some cat-cow going. Working to integrate the spine to help relax our brain now that we've really started to find that focus on your breath. Make sure your hands palms are just about underneath of your shoulders. Spread your fingertips nice and wide. If you're using a yoga mat, think about lining up like a parallel line of your middle finger or your ring finger with the side of the mat, just instead of twisting your wrists in any odd way. You can even really press the tops of your feet down into the floor to find a little bit more engagement of your cores, of your belly and your back. Notice if just, pressing the tops of your feet, your toes down into the mat made that little change for you. And then go ahead, tuck your chin towards your chest, find that rounding of your spine, look towards your belly button, towards your knees, coming into a nice big cat. And as you change your breath, pulling your eyes, nose, chin forward and through, once again, creating that space away from your ears, looking up, arching your back as much as feels good for you. Work with your breath, doesn't matter how fast or slow you're moving today. Way to go, keep it up. All right, we do have some down dogs coming today, so we're gonna come into our first down dog, and then we're gonna come right back here into this tabletop. Don't worry, there won't be too much down dog, just really, working to awaken our bodies and the energy from within. After your last pass through of cat-cow, come on back into your neutral tabletop right here. Go ahead, curl your toes under. Walk your palms forward, just a teeny little bit. Keep those fingers spread nice and wide. You can start to shine your elbow creases forward towards the mat. Press into your toes, send your hips up towards the ceiling for down dog. And go ahead while you're here, think about creating as much space, as long of a line as you can from your hands, palms, through to your hips. So really working to gently bring your belly towards your thighs, chest comes closer to your knees. You can even open your feet nice and wide for a more stable base, and just take a moment here. Walk the dog, pedal one knee and then the other. Think about even spiraling your inner thighs towards the wall behind you, and notice how that can help you find a little bit of a arch in your lower back, similar to what we were enjoying just a moment ago in cow, as opposed to keeping a rounding here like you would in cat. Awesome, and then use your breath to just bring those knees back down towards the mat. Walk your hands back in. Let's take a moment and just send our hips towards our heels, sit ourselves up. Let's just shake our wrists out, make some circles with your wrist in one direction, in the other direction, just warming up our hands for our practice right here. I want you to press your right hand forward and use your left hand inside to just gently push that right hand away. Notice if those shoulders creep back up towards your ears. So take that arch out of your back again. Just press through your hands, palms, and then flip it. Press your fingertips down towards the floor. Gently press on the back of your hand. Just waking up those wrists. And let's get the other side. Pressing your left hand away from you. Gently pull on those fingertips. Little wrist flexion and extension. And then change opposite direction. So fingers press down towards the floor, pushing on the back of your hand palm. Awesome. Go ahead, just open and close your fist a couple times. Wake up those fingertips. Great. Come on back here into your tabletop. Keep your left hand down. I'm just going to wake up the shoulders a little bit more. As you draw your right hand up, just open up, just reach up as far as feels good for you today. And on your exhale, release your right hand back down towards the mat, nice and slow, moving through that whole breath. The whole inhale, you're going to lift your left hand up and open. If you can turn your eyes with your fingers, go for it. And exhale, release it back down. 2 more times each side, really finding that grounding in your hand palm, shoulders away from ears. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, right hand down. Round into the mat. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left hand down. Last time each side. Inhale, left arm up, right arm, my bad. Exhale, left hand down, right hand. Oh my gosh. Other side, other hand. Last one. Beautiful. Keep those knees together. We're going to send our hips back towards our heels for child's pose with an active reach. So walk your hands, palms forward as much as feels good for you today. Use your breath to exhale. Focus on trying to bring your hips and your glutes close towards each other, and then find the stretch that you can of your upper body. Maybe you're even relaxing your head all the way down towards the floor if that's accessible for you. If you can, please press into the pads of your fingers. Prick your hands, palms up off the floor. Really press into the floor. Create that extra stretch and activation in your upper back. So pressing down and a little bit forward to help you send your hips back towards your heels. Enjoy the stretch, but come back to your relaxed breath. Only enjoying as much stretch as you can while still really having those long, slow, full, deep inhales. Better to stretch a little bit less, maybe taking that bend in your elbows, being a little kinder towards your upper body and shoulders. And let's take a little twist here in our child's pose. So just walk your hands over to the right as much as feels good for you. Still
Still sending your hips back towards your heels. Maybe focus on stretching your left glute a little bit more towards or even past your left heel to create as deep of a stretch all throughout the left side of your body as possible. Even stretching your left shoulder, left armpit towards the top of the mat. Make sure you still have a little engagement of your belly. Use your breath, walk things back to center. Let's take a moment here at the center once again, tenting our fingertips, sending hips back towards heels, maybe relaxing your head back down towards the floor. Taking comfort in knowing you've already enjoyed this stretch today. You know how you can make it feel good for your body and enjoying that stretch. And then use your breath once more, walk things to the opposite side, to the left side. Think about sending your glutes a little closer towards your heels. This time maybe even left glute comes closer to right heel, or right glute is coming past your heel. Back to your breath and your stillness right now. Awesome. Walk things back to center. Go ahead, bring yourself back up to tabletop. Tuck your toes under once more. You can walk your hands forward. We're going to lift ourselves up into down dog. Once more in down dog. Feel free to walk the dog again. Once more, really pushing into that fleshy part between your thumb and your pointer finger. Big grounding of the palm into the mat, fingertips on the mat as well. We're going to plant that left foot down towards the floor. Maybe left heel comes down as you send your right leg up towards the ceiling. Make some circles with your ankle in one direction. In the opposite direction. Go ahead, release your right foot down towards the floor. Belly tight, lift that left leg up. Make some circles in one direction. In the opposite direction, left leg back down towards the mat. Once more, bring your right leg up. And we're going to bring it forward this time. Coming into a nice lunge. Go ahead, allow that left knee to come down towards the mat. Just fixing my shirt. Awesome. Staying here in our low supported lunge to begin with. I want you to really work to draw that right hip back. Do your best to get your hips in line with the top of the mat, and just notice if you found a big turning, if you notice that if your hip bones were high beams of a car, are they facing forward or are they facing to the wall? All right, we're going to lift ourselves up a little in this low lunge. So tuck your back toe under, lift that left knee up off the floor. And I want you to take your time. We're going to lift ourselves up to warrior two. So you can turn that left foot just a little bit. Keep a big bend in your right leg. Ideally, right knee is stacking on top of your hips and ankles, and open your arms out to the side. Let's turn those palms face up towards the ceiling, belly nice and engaged. Think about keeping the weight in your front right leg. Heel but toes still stay down on the floor. We're gonna reverse our warrior, so lift your right arm up. Left hand can either reach down your thigh or maybe taking a little bind here. Pull those shoulders away from your ears. 2 more breaths. Awesome. Gently come out. We're going to go for a straight leg triangle. So straighten out your right leg. Gently send that right hip forward and hinge at your hips, reaching your right hand fingertips down towards your shin, or maybe towards the floor, or maybe you're using a block. I want you to open your chest and find some length through your head. If this is really uncomfortable, you can come into some extended side angle, bending your right leg,
Placing your right arm on that side, opening your chest. Take one more nice deep inhale. And on your exhale, turn back towards that right thigh. Fingertips come back down towards the mat. Bring your hands down to the floor. Go ahead, send your right leg back. Come on back up into down dog and take a moment right here to just walk the dog again. Pedal your feet. Feel free to open your stance a little bit wider. Press into those hands, palms. Send those inner thighs towards the back of the room. Ground your right foot down, take a deep inhale, lift that left leg up, and then bring that left leg forward, coming into a low lunge on our left side, starting by releasing that right knee down towards the floor. Just actually tuck the shirt in real hard, like. All right, hanging out right here, taking some time to set yourself up. So drawing those shoulders away from your ears, finding length in your spine. This time drawing your left hip back. Right hip comes forward. Just find a relaxing spot to gaze your eyes down on the floor in front of you. We'll take a couple breaths right here. Go ahead, tuck that right toe under. We're going to lift ourselves up into this low lunge. Take your time as you come up into warrior two. So you can turn your right foot, open yourself out, starting with those hands, palms facing down towards the floor. Draw your shoulder blades together. Pinkies can even draw towards the back of the room. Weight in your front foot, left heel, pressing into the outer edge of your right foot behind you. Go ahead, flip your palm, and let's come into reverse warrior. Eyes stretch up towards the ceiling. Either fingers trace down the back of your right thigh. We're taking a little bind here, reaching towards your left hip crease. Keep that bend in that left knee for 3, 2, 1. Release, come on back into warrior two. Draw those elbows back, straighten your left leg. Press your hips towards the top of your mat. Open your shoulders, open your chest, and hinge at your hips, coming into this straight leg triangle. Remember, if the straight leg triangle doesn't honor you, if it feels very difficult to reach towards the floor, bending that left knee, you can even bring your elbow onto your knee. Just like we were a second ago, an extended side angle. Just taking a little bit of the pressure out. Great, turn back towards that left thigh. Go ahead, bring your hands, palms back down towards the floor. Pivot forward, send your left leg back. Go ahead, bring your knees down towards the floor. Let's take a moment, just send your hips back towards your heels. Being kind to ourselves once again. In a little bit of a child's pose, just a quick child's pose this time. Use that breath, exhale, release and relax yourself down towards the mat as much as feels comfortable for you. Maybe reaching a little bit more through one set of fingers, bringing one shoulder forward and then the other shoulder forward. We're gonna do down dog one more time, you guys. So go ahead, walk those hands back in as close as you need to. Go ahead, press yourself up by curling those toes under, sending your hips up towards the ceiling. We're learning. Hips up towards the ceiling. Plant that left foot down on the floor. Send your right leg up towards the ceiling once more. This time bring your right foot through. We're gonna lift ourselves up to warrior one. Take your time. You might need to bring that left foot in a little bit. Find a 45-degree angle with that foot. Pull your belly in tight. Send your arms up towards the ceiling. Palms facing in towards each other. Belly tight, shoulders away from your ears, chest open. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, cactus those arms. Maybe even coming into a little bit of a back bend. Make sure you still have a bend in that right knee. Inhale, arms up. So you can come back to chest. Exhale. Back into your cactus. One more time. Inhale, up. Exhale. This time, rain your fingertips down towards the side. Interlace your fingers behind your back, by your bum. Maybe you can just interlace your fingers. Maybe you can bring those hands, palms together. Really press into that
the knuckles down towards the floor. Great, we're gonna work to come into a little bit of warrior 3 here. So we're gonna press into our left toes, work to straighten that right leg and see if you can find some balance right here. And maybe you can't today and you need to keep those left toes down towards the floor. As you come into this posture, you can gently work to release your hands. Maybe your hands are in airplane. Just be the straightest line you can be for today. Maybe you can get all the way down parallel to the floor. If you want, you can even bring those arms in front of you. The more that you focus your eyes, the easier it's going to be for your balance. And let's go ahead, try a split. So release your hands down towards the floor. Start to walk your hands closer towards your foot, bringing your nose towards your knee as you send that left leg up towards the ceiling. Pull that belly in tight, stretch through your toes. Take one more nice deep inhale. And exhale, release your left leg down towards the mat, right next to your right. Take a moment. Bend one knee and then the other. Feel free to take as generous of a bend of your knees as you want to right here. You can even have your belly sandwiched on your thighs. Beautiful. Plant those hands on the floor, walk your feet back, and let's come on back into our down dog. Just moving those legs, those glutes side to side, finding the stretch that feels good for you. Go ahead, plant that right foot down on the floor, take a deep inhale, send your left leg up, and then forward, coming back into our lunge. Plant that left foot on the floor. You can turn your right heel to that 45-degree angle. Hips stay forward. Inhale, gently lift yourself up. Keep drawing that right hip forward. Arms once again rise up overhead, palms facing towards each other, thumbs towards the back of the room. Go ahead, take a nice deep inhale. Lift up. Exhale, bend your elbows, cactus your arms. Eyes, nose, chin can stretch up towards the ceiling. Bring that bend back to your left knee. Inhale up. Chin comes in line with your chest. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, rain those fingertips out wide to the side. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Just find that stretch to begin with. Opening up your chest. Start to shift the weight towards your left leg. Make sure you have space for yourself right here. Shifting the weight into your left leg, coming into balance, or maybe just hinging forward a little bit, creating as straight of a line as you can. Once you're balancing on that left leg, you can gently separate your hands. Don't let them fling apart. And either palms facing in towards each other, reaching towards the back of the room, or palms can face towards each other, reaching by your ears. Reach behind me. Go ahead, take one more nice deep inhale. And on your exhale, allow those fingertips to come down towards the floor. Coming into our standing split on this side. Send your right leg up towards the ceiling. Equally ground through your left foot. Work to bring your nose closer towards your knee. Find that stretch through your right big toe. Take one more deep inhale. And exhale, rain that left foot back, right foot down towards the mat. One more time, belly pulled in. Bending your knees as much as you need to. Keep a lot of weight in your heels right now. Moving one hip and then the other by straightening one leg and bending the opposite knee. Feel free to shake your head here. No. Yes. Find what feels good for you. And then we're going to plant our hands on the floor. Go ahead, come on back down to tabletop. And as you do, open those knees nice and wide. Bring your toes together and send your hands forward for a nice extended wide leg child's pose. This time as active in your hands as you want to be. We're going to change up our hand arm movement in just a moment. Take 3 more breaths right here. If If you don't have your forehead down on your mat, go ahead, lift your hips up away from your heels, enough such that you can place your forehead and your elbows down on the mat. And then bring your hands, palms together, palms touching each other. Bend at the elbows. You can even interlace your fingers if you want to give yourself a nice little massage here on the back of your neck. Or you can keep your hands, palms together, pressing your fingers together. Next up, we're going to stretch our elbows forward and just notice how that creates a little bit more of a stretch in your lower back. No real pressure of your hands against the back of your neck though. But stretch through those elbows to the top of your mat. Take 2 more big breaths right here. Awesome, and release. Unbend those arms. Gently walk your hands in. Lift yourself up to tabletop. Go ahead, cross your legs behind you. Gently walk your hips back and sit down. From here, we're going to send our legs forward for a little bit of caterpillar. If this is really uncomfortable for you, feel free to grab your pillow or your block or whatever it is that you need to lift yourself up. Being a little bit lifted in the hips can take a lot of the extra stretch along the back of your legs. And if you don't have a prop where it's far away, you can simply take a little bit of a bend of your knees. Taking that bend in your knees can also help to eliminate this rounding in your upper back. So ground those sit bones in the floor, take that slight bend if you need to. We're gonna start with our chest nice and lifted, elbows drawing back behind you, fully engaged. Belly nice and tight. Use your exhale to gently hinge forward. Notice if you can start to straighten your legs out a little bit more while still keeping this nice length of your spine. Elbows pulling back. Maybe your hands are on your thighs. Maybe you still have your hands by your hips to keep the openness of your chest. I want you to walk forward as much as feels comfortable for you. And notice that the more you walk forward, the more tempted we are to find that rounding. So find the stretch that feels best. And if you can get that belly all the way down towards the thighs, or wherever you are towards the end of the stretch, feel free to bring your chin a little bit more towards the chest and taking a little bit of rounding in your upper back. Just a little bit. Make sure that belly is still pulled in really tight though. Two more breaths right here. Bring your hands back to the floor, especially if you walked forward. Gently walk your hands back towards your hip. We're going to go ahead and lay ourselves down on the mats. You can keep your knees bent. If you want to challenge your abs, bring your hands, palms up towards the ceiling as you slowly lower yourself down. One vertebrae at a time. Awesome. When you get there, reposition your shoulders, ground your upper body down into the mat as much as feels good for you. Keep your left foot planted down on the floor. Take a deep inhale, send that right leg up towards the ceiling. Make some circles with your toes. Just a nice little straight leg stretch to begin with. Go ahead, cross your right leg over your left. Open up that knee towards the end of your mat. Lift your left foot up off of the floor. Interlace your fingers behind your left thigh. Relax and release the back of your head, your neck back down towards the mat. Just enjoying the stretch right here in your right leg. If you can't interlace your fingers behind your left thigh, that's okay. You can just lift your left foot off of the floor. Let gravity do the work. Go ahead, send your left leg up towards the ceiling. Gently release your fingers from behind your right thigh. Send your right leg up to meet with your left. Surprise! We're gonna do a little bit of ab work right here. Send your arms up towards the ceiling, palms facing in towards each other. Pull those shoulders away from your ears and pull that lower belly in. Take a deep inhale, and on your exhale, lift. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. 3 more. Inhale down, nice and slow. Exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up to the left. Inhale down, exhale up, little twist. Inhale down, exhale up, inhale down, exhale up, inhale down, exhale up, center once more. Inhale down, exhale up, inhale down, exhale up, inhale down, exhale up. Make sure those shoulders are lifting as well. Inhale down, exhale up, inhale down, and now to the right. Belly tight, lower back glued to the mat. Inhale down, exhale up. 3 more. Inhale down, exhale up, inhale down, exhale up, inhale down, exhale up. Last one, I lost count. Exhale up. Lower yourself back down. Take a moment, draw your knees in towards your chest, make some circles. Change directions if you did not already. Go ahead, release your right leg down towards the mat. Ground your right foot to the floor. Send your left leg up towards the ceiling. Just your left leg. Make some circles with that left leg in one direction. In the opposite direction. Go ahead, cross your left leg over your right. Start to open that left knee down towards the end of your mat. Finding that stretch. Ooh, feeling so good on the left side. If you're ready to make it a little bit deeper, use your breath. Take a deep inhale as you draw your right knee a little closer towards your chest. Left knee still going away from you. If you can, interlacing your fingers behind your right thigh. Relaxing and releasing your shoulders back down towards the mat. Tucking your chin towards your chest. Getting the back of your head, your neck vertebrae flat. Hanging out right here in our stretch. Go ahead, send your right leg up towards the ceiling. Release from your right leg, send your left leg up to meet it. If straight legs is really uncomfortable, feel free to take a slight bend in your knee. See if you can even bring your knees on top of your hips as opposed to in towards your chest, which will make this easier if your knees are towards your chest, working those lower abs more. If they're away this time, interlace or gently bring your fingertips towards the back of your head. You just got a couple more crunches. So pull that belly in nice and tight, lower back glued down towards the mat. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Chin stays tucked towards your chest. Lift yourself up. Inhale, slowly lower down. Even slower. Exhale up. 2, 3, 4. Inhale down. 2, 3, 4. Exhale up. Remember, no pressure on the back of your head. Exhale down. 2, 3. 3 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up, belly tight, lower back to the mat. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale down. Go ahead, bend your knees. Bring your soles of the feet down towards the mat. Windshield wipe your knees in both directions. Bring the soles of your feet together. Allow those knees to fall out heavy towards the side. You can relax your arms down by your side. Might even need to press into the outer edges of your feet to reposition your glutes, to relax your shoulders underneath of you. Let's take one moment here in reclined bound angle before we'll come into our final savasana of your choice. If you've had your eyes open throughout the whole class, or if you opened your eyes recently, go ahead.
take this time right now, our last 5 minutes, not even, of class, to close your eyes and truly reconnect with your mind, with your breath, with yourself and your mat. Come back to whatever your intention was for your class today. Where do you personally need a little bit more love or energy? Is there someone out there that you're just beaming all of your good feelings towards? Starting to relax and release on your mats as much as possible. Remembering that this is where your practice starts, but not where it ends. Practice is on the mat, but real yoga is how we take our practice into our everyday life and use our breath and the things that we learn in our class to just make life a better place. Remember that this relaxed breath and stillness is here for you anytime that you might need to return to it. Feel free to kick your legs out, coming into our final Savasana. You're welcome to stay in recline bound angle, but if you want, open your arms as wide as you want. Open your legs as wide as you want. And once more, come into your stillness, honoring that Savasana, corpse pose, is also a posture. And any additional movement that we bring to our posture is us exiting the posture. So please bring to Savasana the same stillness, concentration, focus, energy, mindfulness that you brought to every other posture that we've done today. I encourage you to stay in this Savasana as long as you can. Sometimes, you get to Savasana and you're like, I am ready to leave. Just like counting your breaths, watching the clock, and if that's you, you should stay in Savasana longer till you can get rid of those feelings. However, if you, like me, have other things to do and see, take a little wiggle of your fingers, of your toes, wake up your extremities. And let's find our way back to Ukasana, easy pose, like we started our class in. Coming into Namaskar, bring your hands palms to the center of your chest. Press your hands palms together. Pull your belly in once more. Tuck your chin to your chest and honor yourself. Thank you. Thank yourself for coming, for making this time for you, for your physical and mental health today, to fill your internal cup so you can pour your energy out with anyone you would like to. Keep eating good foods, thinking good thoughts, doing good deeds, speaking good words. If you guys have any questions or concerns about anything that we've done today, please reach out. Once again, thank you so much for coming and sharing your energy, not just with me, but with everyone around you. I can't wait to see you all again soon. I hope you have a beautiful day and a fabulous weekend. Namaste.